An organism's trophic status determines how that organism acquires energy. At the foundation of every system is some sort of primary producer, which we can also call autotrophs. In many terrestrial and marine systems, these are plants or other photosynthesizing organisms that get their energy from the sun. Other organisms, which we call primary consumers, which are heterotrophs, as are all organisms that consume other organisms for energy, consume the primary producers, and secondary consumers in turn consume the primary consumers, and so on and so forth. However, a lot of energy is lost between progressive trophic levels. Organisms also die at every level, and their remains are consumed by detritivores, which recycle nutrients back into the system. If you associate one organism with each trophic level, you make a food chain. A food chain illustrates unidirectional linkages between trophic levels. In this pair of food chains, one terrestrial food chain on the left and one marine food chain on the right, the trophic levels are clear, and each organism leads directly to the next. In other words, each organism is consumed and consumes only one other organism. In order to more accurately capture the complexity of most ecosystems, we want to combine lots of food chains together into a food web. Food webs highlight the attributes and relationships between organisms and their environment. An organism's unique placement within a food web is another way to think about what an organism's niche is, based upon how the organism interacts with others and its environment. In this way, you can understand each organism's niche in its ecosystem as a sum of its interactions with other species and its environment. One final note: as energy is lost at each trophic level, so too often is biomass. Even though primary producers and early consumers tend to be smaller organisms, there also tend to be more of them, so their total biomass is the majority biomass for an ecosystem.